But normally we would be on here, but what it is a 9-foot FM signal, which I practice local stuff, commercials, news, and stuff like that, to kind of keep up with it, because you never know what could happen, you know? Internet might not be available to me someday soon, and maybe I'll have to go back to the traditional radio dial. Don't know. But I always like to keep practicing, especially before I go on here, because sometimes I still need work on a lot of things. But, you know, um, basically, it's just to get that practice in there. Keep going at it. And I enjoy doing it. But like I said before, when I have a cold, it kind of weighs me down a little bit. And I'm just kind of one of those blasé days where I don't care what I put on. I just throw it on and say the heck with it. No program log like I normally do. Just kind of lay it loose. And that's what I'm doing right here on the Gary Russen program. But right now, though, okay, wait a minute, we got some more interesting stories that I want to talk about too. One in which I think is really interesting. It just shows the positivity of some people. You know, not everybody brings down America. Not everybody, and there's proof of it. I got a story coming up about a guy who saw a flag flying upside down at top of a McDonald's. And he brought it down and turned it over the way it was supposed to be. And I thought it was great. You know, it really was. And God bless him. He turned it around and brought it up on the flagpole the way it was supposed to be. And he's a Marine. It's great. And also some responses from yesterday on my postings on Facebook before I left for my Bible study. Coming up. Speaking of Bible study, I got that coming up tomorrow too, online. So quick reminder, some program reminders here on Spreaker. Before I get any further, I want to make a note of this. Tomorrow, we're going to say goodbye to the CCF church services from last Sunday in rock worship. Our Monday broadcast is going off tomorrow to make room for up and coming part 2, 3, and 4 podcasts. That's going up, followed by Bible study, a church service that we haven't got up yet, that we missed, and let's see, what else? Oh yeah, the last 7 days from this past Wednesday will be going up, and up and coming, of course, like I said before. So those are going to be all going up tomorrow. So rock worship and church services from March 22nd will be going off tomorrow, okay, to make room for these programs. And just to let you know about that, when you're aware of it, there is that I'm going to go off. There's going to go off to make room for tomorrow's podcast. So tomorrow podcast weekend starts off with the last 7 days. CCF church service that kind of got missed. A Bible study, and up and coming. Okay, so those are all coming up tomorrow on GJRB's podcast weekend. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and go into sports now and get ready for that, and see what's going on live baseball games across the country, including our lovely mighty Cubs. And let's see here. I'm going to go Okay. Alright, let's see here. Alrighty, here we go. I didn't even load it on. Wait a minute. I go in there and I don't load it on. Here we go. Alright. Time now for Gary J Sports Page. Right now. And let's see what's going on in the sports page today here. First off, let's take a look at some of the baseball scores going on right now. And the Cubs are winning 3-0 into the fourth inning, beating the Chi White Sox. That's 6-2 there. Cubs against the Chi White Sox. Chicago White Sox, Cubs against the White Sox in exhibition play into the fifth inning, and they are 6-2 Cubs. Go Cubbies, yeah. Yeah. And let's see, another preseason baseball play. Oklahoma over Oakland right now. They're beating Oakland 4-1. That's at the end of the fourth. Los Angeles Dodgers are beating Arizona, or Angels rather, I'm sorry. LA Angels. Arizona is beating the Angels right now. 5-1 into the fourth. And Cleveland into the fourth inning are deficit about 1 run. Arizona ahead of Cleveland now, 1-0. And tonight the NCAA continues. The NCAA tournaments continue. We have North Carolina State playing Louisville, Utah against Duke, UCLA against Gonzaga. They were the guys that beat us last week. Northern Iowa rather, got socked by them guys last week. Gonzaga's going to go on now to play the UCLA. Oklahoma against Michigan State. Okay. And, let's see, Detroit. Okay, this looks like NBA action here. Let me see. In the NBA tonight, games being played. Clippers against Philly. Detroit against Orlando. Charlotte against Washington. And Cleveland against Brooklyn. Boston against New York. Sacramento at New Orleans. These are all 8 o'clock starts. Golden State at Memphis. Minnesota at Washington. This is an 8:30 game. Dallas at San Antonio. Utah at Denver. And Oakland at Phoenix. In NHL playing tonight. Calgary against Minnesota. You got the Blackhawks up against Columbus. And Dallas against Edmonton. And those are some of the action going tonight in sports. And Durant has a foot injury. Will be out of the season. I heard this the other day. Kevin Durant out of the season for surgery. Oklahoma City Thunder announced Friday that the league's re-signed most valuable player will be shut down for the remainder of the season. Can't be good for him, is it? I got another surgical procedure and another injured right foot. His third such foot surgery in the span of 6 months. And he's expected to resume basketball activities in 4 to 6 months. That's according to Thunder General Manager Sam Presti. So he'll be out for a while. It's alright. You know, it happens. And, let's see. What else we got here? I was looking at my window here. It looks like about 6 minutes left to go. About 5:24 before we end this segment. So I want to make this quick. We'll do one more story here. There's some trouble in Tennessee. Tyndale is going to fire. They're going to fire him amid some NCAA investigation. they're going to fire him. He was the first season of Tennessee. Donnie Tyndall coaxed 18 wins out of the threadbare roster and upset Arkansas. Butler and LSU actually had rebuilding balls and contention for the postseason bid before the poor final 4 weeks. But it's promising, though, enough a debut campaign. Tennessee cannot be happy. There will be no encore. Athletic Director Dave Hart fired him on Friday morning because he felt that there is a course of action that needed to be taken. There's been some impractical given the punishment the NCAA is likely to levy against the coach. Tyndall reportedly under investigation for academic misconduct. Impermissible benefits for players during the 2-year stint with Northern Minnesota. Now 2012 to 2014. And that is a look at Gary J's sports page on the Gary Russen Program right here on GJRB. Whether it's baseball, basketball, hockey, even bowling, it's covered on Gary J's sports page. I'll talk about what's going on in the world of sports all over the USA. We'll read you interesting articles about the players and even keep up with the scores of the games going on live. I'll even have guests from time to time and just talk sports. Better than any newspaper page, it comes alive. Gary J's sports page, alternating Saturdays at 2 o'clock Central on GJRB Online.
That sound more like everyone else than anyone else. Hey, all right, it's Kip Casper.
Spreaker is the website which turns anyone into a radio DJ. Log on to Spreaker.com for listening to thousands of radio channels and start creating your own radio today.
If you are a new Christian, country, bluegrass, or jazz artist and would like your music to be played on GJRB's up-and-coming show, now's the time. Just send me an email containing an MP3 of your music, along with information of your band or solo artist, including the city and state and origin and bio to up-and-coming at my email address, GaryJ65@yahoo.com. Also include the name of the song or album in your email. SoundCloud listeners, this also goes for you. If you subscribe to GJRB Online and SoundCloud and your songs are on there, I would like to play them for you. Just give me permission at the same aforementioned email address and say, Gary Russen, play my song. Then listen to Up and Coming with different shows in each genre. Program schedules will be available in my new Google Plus blog, or log on to www.spreaker.com on my Gary John Russen public site for up-and-coming schedule information. Attention, emerging bands and artists. Up-and-coming is back, and on more often. I'm talking about the main show, featuring all genres. Send me your band's recordings or let me know where you're at, whether you're on SoundCloud, SoundClick, or Reverb Nation. And I will play them on Up-and-Coming. Listen for details on how your band can get on Up-and-Coming. For up-and-coming podcast on GJRB's public site or live. Watch for announcements closer to the approaching air date. Up-and-coming, uploaded as a podcast or live. Saturday, March 28th on GJRB. And of course, that's tomorrow. Uploaded tomorrow on GJRB, Up and Coming. So hope you'll tune in for that on the station with the What's Happening sound. GJRB, be right back. In 2015, GJRB is still the What's Happening sound.